What's good, my friends and fam? Let's get started vlog style. 15 November, Sunday. No meditation. Granted, we've taken medication. However, we have a very big day planned. Moving this is probably our third round of boxes to our up and coming new location out in Hiram, Ohio, close to Manaway, just out in the middle of nowhere, folks. We are getting started fresh. It is finally coming time. We're maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe a month away. I don't know if I'm going to be out before holidays or whatnot, but I'm a little unsure about that one. Because I'm not a prepper. The term prepper might be idolized of some may see me as such, but preparation and being prepared for. Oh man, I'm so glad you guys distract me. You guys, the good people, because I know you all. It's a very windy day. I'm sorry I lost that one. I'll get there. Don't worry. But I am relocating. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it before or after the New Year's. As far as prepping goes, I've been moving since I was 2, back and forth. Back home to the next home, back home to the next home. Find a new home, find a new school. Think 7 or 8 homes by the time I was homes, apartments, and all in the same area too. So my dad kept moving and whatnot. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I did move a lot. Moving as far as picking up your bags and going. Some of you may know it as the go bag or the bug out bag. I'll prep my bug out bag in a handful of minutes. Put me in my room, 30 seconds out, 10 seconds. If a fire's happening, I know what I'm grabbing. Plain and simple, hands down, I know what I'm grabbing. So I'm on my third round of moving stuff, but these are boxes, and they are empty boxes at that. I actually had a little idea back when, seeing as I used it downstairs in the basement when I started this whole training program, this new training routine, if you've been following. We'll go into that. But I used my boxes to stack up what I wanted to. I moved down to the basement, stacked the boxes, and raised my TV stand up, put my weights aside. I basically made a furniture of boxes, and that's what our plan is to do with the new place. It's going to be very easy. It's going to be very simple, very retro, I'm sure, whatever that means. And it'll be functional. That's kind of the way we want to live. I don't want to be in the mind frame of staying put. I plan on staying put at this one. Few years, I'm thinking, right? I want to be getting into a settled down stage where I can get settled into something I enjoy doing. Doesn't mean I'm going to stay in one place. Doesn't mean I'm never going to move again. It means I need to start settling down into what I enjoy doing, and getting away from the chaos, getting away from all the confusion of city life. Has been a goal for a while. 2020, y'all. If my channel's gonna say anything, I'm very beginning to all these videos. Yes, I've been making a lot, but I still question how to educate, how to because I still consider this just entertainment at best. Maybe I could talk about exercise, diet, or nutrition, maybe. But it's still hard because at its best, all I do is list off ingredients, and you'll never get the flavor. You'll never have any idea of what I actually make. You ain't gonna like it, folks, but it is nutritious, it is good, and there's a way to do certain things. Education is a huge pillar that I want to come at you guys for, give you guys, even as far as getting up and going, even if it's far as like, where do you want to locate yourself in these times? Problem is, I know these times are going to be different because nobody's going to watch these videos for like forever. So it's so hard to like put all this together because the future's changing. A lot is changing. So let's circle around here a little bit. Lots changing. It's the day of preparation. If we don't get on if humans don't we don't all come to an understanding, an agreement, if we don't all find common ground, we are going to be in chaos. And it doesn't matter how far you move, doesn't matter where you go, there will be at least a little bit of chaos. Off-grid living is very minute. It's possible, but guys, this isn't just a vacation anymore. This isn't no vacay of going off in the mountains with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, dog in a van, in your little bug out van, and hitching out for a weekend or two, week or two even. Guys, be ready for months. No, it's not going to be that crazy. But for people maybe that are more so on the game that I like to play, the way I like to play it, be considerate of making this a full-time plan. Consider a year in a vehicle. Consider 5 years in a new location far out in the country. Put these into the arsenal, right? I don't know, because I am very uneducated about what the heck is actually happening these days. I've taken more of an interest, right? It's this whole, if it affects you, you're going to take an interest, or if it affects those you love, you're going to take more of an interest. I'll go as far as, like I said, telling people maybe like how I eat and how I train, what keeps me going, because I do have energy. I'm a pretty energetic fella. And I realize that if I don't keep moving, if I don't keep eating properly and sleeping right, and doing what I think needs to be done to make sure my body is producing the results that I want, then I'm not going to do that. Like, I have to make sure that I'm doing things, meticulous. And if that means that the people like me, people that feel like they are somewhat like me, can benefit from how I live, then ergo education. Like I said, new lifestyle nowadays. I am extremely eclectic with ideas, right? It was hard for me to, it's hard for me to really hear, like if it's stuff that I don't like or don't believe in, then I tend to skip ad, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't hear what you want to hear, you're not going to listen. And I've heard ads. There are a few, just one example, not an example, but just an example, like ads being an example. There are many, many ways of publicity for what I'm trying to go in is left or right, Democrat, Republican. I will listen to more, I guess, Republican style stuff, but man, I don't know. Like, you can't label these guys. You really can't. Because a lot of people do label me more left, more Democrat. It's not leftist. It's the one right before it. Wait. Oh, rebel? Nope. I'm that crazy right now. All right, we got fellas behind me. I hope. Give me like 5 here. If you don't hear sirens, you may soon. Come on, baby. So. Just give me a sec. All right. I still can't think of the term. Liberal. Liberal might be a better. What are some other terms? Libertarian. I forgot the terms that like match up, like libertarian for liberty, justice for all. Then there's like, I'm trying to make up words, like equalitarian. I don't know if, I think, whoa, that's a box. It looks like a dead animal. Big. I'm going to go right over here just in case. Sorry, I'm kind of losing. I don't want to say I'm losing focus, but there are some terms in the political games that I just don't I don't use enough of, so they're not in my repertoire. Libertarian, there's like it's for wow, I'm doing terrible at this. They want to preserve the old school. I'm for change, right? I find plenty of flaws in the system. Quite honestly, I find more flaws than not. Maybe due, I don't know if it's due to, but trying to be as objective as I can about this, I feel like I am pulled to go outside and in nature and away from, because it's not my style. Like the city is my style, or because going out there gets me to go backwards and understand from a fundamental level what I actually enjoy or like. So when you're out on your own, you don't have a cell phone, you don't have linkage to anything or anyone else, your mind will change, and you will have to think, and you will have to be alone with yourself. There's plenty rabbit holes, plenty of wormholes to go down on that one. I don't like it. I like being alone. I don't like my mind being empty. It is very difficult for me to sit still. Very, very difficult for me to be quiet. Driving is probably the closest. I won't listen to anything. If anything, it's a podcast. And it's sometimes, like oftentimes, I'll just want to be absolutely quiet. The engine is enough noise. My own personal road rage is plenty enough noise to get my mind just going. Half the reason why I'm taking back roads is because I want to make a video and stay focused on something else. But this is going to be about an hour and a half long drive, so bear with me, y'all. I don't know if I'll do the whole thing, but it's a lot of wind. It is a very windy day. Boxes in the middle of the road. So I haven't even scraped the surface of anything yet. We're barely just getting started. Why we're moving. Podcast goals. There is plenty, man. I just don't even know where to begin sometimes. I have not written down the way I've been wanting to write down. I have to talk to I'm going to try and rattle off as much as I can right now. I have to talk to the mother of the owner of the house that I'm moving into, and she's apparently slightly slow. And I mean that with all due respect, because those are literally the words that I've been given. I haven't talked to her yet, and apparently it might be slightly difficult to talk to her. This is where my fear is a little bit at. I have sometimes, this is what I want to talk to you guys about too. I had a slight fear, and I definitely fell right into it when I called her right before I made this video, and had to leave a voicemail about talking to adults, like real-time adults. Like there's a respect and there's a trust for an adult for anyone that you don't meet. Like, this is hilarious to think that I have to talk about this to make people understand that there's a form of communication, and this is one, and then, like talking to people in person is one, and like the form of communication, the level of impact that proper communication makes is so huge. It's so gigantor. Like this isn't real. I've said this in many videos. This is not real communication. What should be allowed to be said and done this style is a humongous gray area, and we have no clue. We have no clue as humans. We don't. We are very young at this. Much longer from now, much longer. I'm talking like 50 to 100, and that's still short term as far as technology goes. I'm trying to keep myself in this game though. 10 years, we're gonna be in chaos with the way the vocal platform, the way the platforms we have going for us are allowed to be ran, allowed to be, what you're allowed to say is going to be huge. Just kind of a fear of mine that's picked up in my videos. Like I try and be as open and honest and truthful as I can be. But I mean, what did I just listen to a podcast on this? Like, but our brains, whatever we say, can very much be vocalized through emotion, right? You can either use logic or emotion, and you can use them interchangeably as you speak. Sometimes you may speak with emotion, sometimes you may say something smart. It's a very good balance of a good conversation. Logic helps, emotion directs. Logic helps, that's not good enough. Logic is the truth, emotion guides us to the truth. It's almost like emotional intelligence. I speak about emotional intelligence, how women are the foundation. The feminine energy is the foundation for the emotional energy, and the masculine energy is the foundation for the intellectual energy. This is not sex. This is not this is not sexist or anything. I really don't think it is. We have a long way to go when it comes to masculinity and femininity, and how it has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with male or female, right? It's just not that at all. Like, if we don't understand this, if we don't come to an agreement that there's no such thing as like an actual man or woman anymore. Man or woman is now becoming the idea. I know this one's gonna go a long way. So what is man to you, and what sounds like in today's world is man, and I see it in a lot of the old TV shows that I watch. I'm actually watching reruns of Step by Step. Probably been banned by the time this comes out. But there's so many sexist phrases. Men are independent, men are strong, women are meek or bleak. There are many of these, and all you have to do is switch the words that you use, masculine and feminine, right? And that's where the truth comes in. Masculinity is all about being strong. and grounded. Feminine is soft and tender, right? You can be a strong female. You can be I'm sure you can be strong in a feminine sense as well. And I just have not. My vocabulary still is not fully developed yet. So I may be completely off the map with some of this. However, I think masculinity and femininity, I've talked about this plenty of times, are, guys, that is wicked. Can you guys see this? I should just switch it around, but I don't think I can. The leaves are going everywhere. Masculinity and femininity are what we're going to have to start focusing on pretty soon. I'm so worried about my stuff in the back. And we have not. We just haven't gone into it yet. That's as much as I can say about that right now. It's a big topic, and yeah, that's just a big one. So we're gonna keep on going. That's a big circle, and I didn't even start with that. So, middle of the valley. I'm hungry. I got beer to drink. Moving 3 days. I got to talk to Helen, the mother. Let's see if we can go backwards a little bit and find a full circle here. So she is I don't know. I haven't even met her yet. I gave her a message. It was a terrible message. So vocalizing. I personally start okay. I think I have a good intro. I think when I talk to someone new, I tend to have a little bit more. I try to be a little bit more grounded. So if I'm calling a phone company or car insurance or health or anything, people that demand officers, right? These are people that you should almost one-up respect. Like, human beings, level interaction, on the streets, it's just mutual respect, in my mind. If I am now, Helen, the lady who owns the house that I'm going to, this is something to where I feel I am going to need to be in a state of receiving. What does this mean? Receiving. I wanna like straight out. So basically, she has the upper hand, right? She has a house that I want to live at, and I need a place to stay. So she has an upper hand in this. I am the one in need, and she is the one who's able to provide. I have to make sure that I come to her with intent, with reason, with kindness. I have to have a good persona, right? This is like all important as far as like interactions go. Just like in my mind, in like 20, 30, 50 years, I'm sorry, I'm going off another one. Like, if all we're doing is talk to each other like this, we will not have good personality skills. It just won't happen. And it'll take a very long time to develop, like, unless we have classes, which is where education will end up going. Like schooling, because we're all afraid to go out of our houses. I'm trying emotion because of today's environment. I didn't mean that to the intent that our society's going down a drain if we end up sitting inside our houses, educating ourselves in front of our computer for 8 hours a day. Guys, this is a humongous time. There's so much. Like, what is happening now? Communication is going to be pivotal. We have to figure out a new form of language. And I'm sorry to say this again. so schooling is just not, I think true education, what you learn really happens out in the real world. But I didn't get that. Like, so I can't even speak from experience. Like, I went to school. My best forms of education, like what I feel I've been raised and perceived to be the best, or this is just how I'm trying to express myself the best I can. I stand by my persona. I stand by my personality, and I was raised to be a good kid. Like, all that mumbo jumbo, like high level morals. Like, I don't want to say my parents are on a pedestal or anything, but they taught me good manners. And if I didn't, you get a fucking whooping, man. Like, you're on your best behavior. This isn't like, oh, if you didn't get, if you didn't get this, or you did, and you don't feel like then it's not bad, right? But I'm not a huge fan of physical pain. I've had to teach myself. We'll get into that, how that happened later. Teach myself how to actually enjoy things like physical pain, how physical pain will actually help you grow, right? But from a parent standpoint, I was raised well to treat people with kindness, trust people, be honest, and yes, I break the rules easily. This is one that can easily be shunned on me. But besides that form of education, that parental necessity to be a good role model, to need a good role model in life, that's like level one. If you don't have it, wow, we've got some making up to do. So I'm not, and yes, my childhood wasn't perfect, so we have some work to do. But from the beginning, I can say that I was raised with pretty good standards, with pretty good moral standards on how you should treat others, how you should, act, how you should hold yourself accountable. Don't lie, man. I'm a big non-liar, man. I can't. My parents figured out every lie. They are very good. Even if it took them a while, like, yeah, they'll figure it out. And I've become such a rebel that it's just easy now. Like, now I'm such a truthful and honest guy that I can't lie. I won't lie about anything. I love speaking things so truthfully that it scares people. And quite frankly, I can scare my folks pretty well, and have in the past. So standards go, and that's education 1. 2, I'd rather think that the world around us will provide enough education. So going outside and getting involved in whatever suits your pleasure, nature, arts and crafts, music. You could get out and doing. Like, I don't want to keep going like nature, like biology or something. Like biology and science, like you can study anything, any subject that you want to study, you can study and actually physically go do. Like, it's just college. It's just college at its highest degree, like you actually getting hands-on training. But I think hands-on should be when you're a child, right? And you don't stop that until you figure out what you want to do. Anything goes, there's a lot out there. Today's day and age is very difficult because we have so much chaos. There's a very big other half to the human race. Like, our species has become almost divided. You can separate our species nowadays and I need to be very careful with the words I'm using, because I can't say dumb, but I can say disorder, right? I just watched an episode on this, and it's hilarious, where I really felt bad for the character that they described, because it makes the individual feel as if having a disorder is okay. And once you've been labeled to have a disorder, it's okay. Now it's not like it's well, now there's a reason that you were considered stupid. These are the lines in in videos, right? But hey, you're not considered stupid. You have a disorder. Like that's really sad to me. That's a very sad way of looking at it. And our species has become so unique. How about that? It's become so unique that it's going to be very difficult for us to find common grounds, and to find common ground with the truth, with an actual truth. I do think that the truth can be explained in the myriad, or in the unique ways that we will need, right? Good example, CBD will be a very, very good choice of drug to use for prescription for kids. 3. Yeah, like we got these genetic disorders. You're gonna sit here and tell me that genetic disorders are can't be changed? Wow, we must be a really powerful species then. I mean, like, I'm not qualified, so I'm not going to start speaking on it, because I won't be able to speak in terms that will make it enough right now. But realize that in today's day and age, nobody thinks, or some people don't think, that our genetics can be altered. I'm going to throw this out there. And it's so funny because I don't know if I developed it myself, but man, you're given genetics, right? You're popped out into the world with genetics. Everything else after that changes the way you are. Now, this is a frack ton of wrongness, because I don't want to say you, because you is different than your bodily genetics. You don't have genetics. Your body has genetics. Whoa. So your soul and your body are not connected. If you want them to be, fine. Take it to the grave with you. Be my guest. I'm going to think in an afterlife because of the fact that it's an after death. It's not even after life, it's an after death, right? After you die, it'd be cool to live. Like, I'm cool with that thought of not having, I'm cool with the thought of it being the end, but it makes it really difficult for me to leave an impact. And I am not comfortable with that yet. I have many insecurities, many traumatic bouts in my head that tells me that I will be very unhappy, at least today, because I would not always feel the same way, this way. I would be very unhappy if I were to die right now, right? I would definitely go thinking that it was not enough. Other parts of my life, other depressive times of my life, it is very easy to say, yeah, I don't give a fuck. More so because of the background idea that there might be an after death, right? A life after death. Everything still seems to be good to go. So if I'm in a depressed mood and decide that I'm okay with the end, like, in that depressive mood, you don't care about an afterlife, but it like is helpful for your unconscious. It is helpful for my unconscious mind to think. This is so mixed up. This is so like improper thoughts, right? Like, I can't wait to have like scientists or English professors and stuff like that tell me how I'm like, yeah, not talking right. Look at this bad boy. Oh my God. It's so big. I love their back patio. It's massive. So that's a good one. Think death, yeah. It's just I don't have an answer, so it's not like I have a. If I don't have an answer to a conversation, it's very hard to re-pick it up, right? Back where I started. Like if I'm dead, if I'm unhappy and depressed, I could care less about a life after death, right? But with the unconscious thought that says there might be one, it's almost even worse, right? You can almost take it one step further and say that's even worse because I'd be okay. It's like a death after life would feel, a life after death would feel that much better. It's probably why people do it. Not sure where I'm going with that one. This is literally a podcast to myself. We are about halfway there, I think. I would assume so. This is crazy. So the move itself is pretty wicked, y'all. Obviously, you can tell that it gets me to think about many things. When I'm moving, we're looking at 2 to 4 weeks. I still don't know, like I've mentioned, if we're before or after holidays. My original plan was to wait until 31st of December, January 1st. You make it all ironic. You all know me well enough to where I'll make things as ironic as possible to make the transition that much more unique. Like, I think that's where it may happen. Like, here's a good example. Like, I was baptized in the Red Sea, but it didn't serve the purpose that a typical baptization might serve. I'm not really sure even what that means myself. Maybe it did. Maybe it really did. But when I'm trying to think about how I set up certain scenarios to make them that much more unique or more eventful. Like there's one discussion about the difference between instinctive grab. How about, let me think of another one for that. There's one about going on your gut feeling, taking the spontaneous moment immediately when you feel it, or planning out when the change will be made. And I think they're both opposite ends. Like, you can plan out the most perfect change or the most perfect transition or the perfect day. Marriage being a good example, to help you stay committed to the overall picture, the overall goal, the overall impact that you want to make, have, be. So another one for me is Sober October, right? You wait until October happens to go sober for 30 days. Now, for me, it's just questionable because I don't do it very often. So oh fuck. Shit, man. We got telephone poles and a bad road. Fuck. Don't worry. Whoa. Hang on.